The year was 1939. First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt was independent and outspoken. She held press conferences, wrote a syndicated newspaper column, and at times even publicly disagreed with FDR's policies. In 1939, FDR was in the middle of his second term as president. Nazi Germany invaded Poland, and the U.S. declared itself neutral and began the Manhattan Project to build the bomb. John Steinbeck's book about a family's survival in the Depression was published and won both the National Book Award and the Pulitzer Prize. Besides Eleanor Roosevelt, there were other independent women to make the headlines this year. Marian Anderson was a classical singer, but the Daughters of the American Revolution refused to allow her to sing at Constitution Hall because of her race. Instead, she sang from the Lincoln Memorial before a crowd of more than 75,000 and a radio audience in the millions. Amelia Earhart, another independent woman, the first to fly the Atlantic solo, is officially declared dead after her disappearance on a solo flight in 1937. The movie Gone with the Wind was a huge hit in 1939, winning 10 Academy Awards. Here we see stars Clark Gable and Vivien Leigh. The World's Fair brought almost 26 million visitors to New York with its theme, The World of Tomorrow. RCA featured the TV set, and General Motors exhibited the 7-lane cross-country highway system. On the highway, 150 miles from the World's Fair in the heart of Dutch country, Pennsylvania, our story begins with a very independent young woman by the name of Ethel Frances Moore. After graduating from Millersville College, Ethel became a school teacher in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. But for her church, she was also the organist, a Sunday school teacher, and head of the ladies' group. It was here at church that Ethel met George, the pastor's son. She was 28 and he was 26 when Ethel was preparing to marry George Frederick Brodsky. As seen here, wedding dress patterns were available for a bride to create her own stylish dress. In 1939, the prevailing look included crisp, snugly fitted jackets or bodices, and full, often flared skirts, as seen in this drawing from the Andre Studios, a sketch subscription service for the American garment industry. In this Schiaparelli-designed wedding dress, notice the wide shoulders and sleeves with fullness at the top that she made popular. Featured in this exhibition is Mrs. Ethel Brodsky's wedding dress ensemble, her gown, headpiece with veil, and satin strap, heeled sandals. As Ethel's family was of humble means, her wedding dress was homemade, but it incorporated many of the design features popular of the time. The wedding dress is made of white silk satin with princess lines, a lace yoke, and lace inserts on the train. The dress is an example of the elongated silhouette of the 1930s, but it shows elements of the broad-shouldered fashions that dominated the 1940s with its fullness at the top of the sleeves. Ethel and George Brodsky were married on June 10, 1939. They were married for 69 years. Mrs. Ethel Brodsky passed away at the age of 98, and her husband died the following year in 2009. The wedding dress and accessories are housed at the Historic Costume and Textile Collection at the University of Delaware, thanks to a donation by her son, George Brodsky, Jr.